Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea Tranquility. It's new album review day. Today we're looking at one. This is a late 2021 release. Came out November 19th, actually, so a couple months ago. But we didn't actually get this until very, very recently. I've been listening to it quite a bit over the last couple of weeks. And this is an album, actually, that first saw its genesis back in the mid 1990s. So this is when the songs were written and recorded and whatnot, way back when, 25 years ago, it says on the side of the CD. The album is called Headed for the Zeros. The band is called SOMA. It's out now on, what is this, Escape Music, right, I believe. And, yep, Escape Music. Produced by none other than Kevin Shirley. That's correct. As you would expect, produced by Kevin Shirley. Originally supposed to be like a major label release. Somehow never got released back in the day, so they kind of fine-tuned it, finished it up, and here we have finally the album coming out. And that is also, as you can tell, that is Hugh Syme doing the album artwork on there, who of course worked with Rush for many, many years. Who's in the band, you might be asking, because I knew absolutely nothing about these guys. James Collins is kind of the leader of the band. Drummer, also lead singer. Doug Henhorn, guitar, also on lead vocals. Stephen Diacutis on guitar, and Mark Matthews on bass. So it's a four-piece. Let's take a look here. Really cool artwork on here. Like I said, if you're familiar with Rush, and a lot of Hugh's artwork on many Rush albums over the years. This will look right at home. There are the guys in the band right there. Anything else on here I should tell you about? Mixed by Kevin Caveman Shirley at Rumble Recorders LA, assisted by Mark Agostino, mastered by George Marino, Sterling Sound in New York. Art direction and illustration designed by Hugh Syme. A&R John Kolodner. Of course, know that name, right? He's signed so many artists over the years. Record label Escape Music Ltd, CEO Khalil Turk, so on and so forth. Yeah, this is a majorly impressive album of a hot band. I'm just going to call them a hard rock band, even though there are hints of little bits of metal here and there, little bits of prog metal here and there. For the most part, this is just a really rock-solid, hard rock band. The vocals, straight out of the Chris Cornell camp, with a little bit of Richie Kotzen and Ronnie Dio thrown in. So if you can imagine Chris Cornell, Ronnie James Dio, and Richie Kotzen all in a blender, boom, there you go. There are times you're listening to this and you're like, holy cow, is that like Chris Cornell singing for King's X? Because the music at times is very King's X-ish, except the riffs and the guitar playing a little more metallic than King's X. King's X music, I think, is a little more groove-laden, although there's plenty of killer grooves on here. But man, the riffs and the soloing on this album, this is a guitar player's album for sure, but then the vocals kick in and you're like, holy crap. Which is why some of the album reminds me of some of the more kind of heavy yet still kind of funky Richie Kotzen solo material, especially the heavier Richie Kotzen stuff, because the vocals, I always thought Kotzen sounded a little bit like Cornell anyway. They both have that great husky, confident vocal style. And some of the tunes on here, I mentioned King's X, I mentioned Kotzen solo, maybe a little Winery Dogs, because there is this kind of bluesy, metallic thing going on throughout the album. But man, the title track, Headed for the Zeros, Pain Duplex, absolutely killer. 40 pages run. The instrumental, what is it, Rogers theme? Holy crap. I mean, these guys just crank out one riff after another, just molten stuff here. But again, it's not so, I mean, this is not, if you're not really a metal guy, you will definitely appreciate this, because it's just, again, kind of sounds like Soundgarden meets Kotzen meets Winery Dogs meets King's X, maybe a little Galactic Cowboys, that sort of thing. So it's not really that heavy, but the riffs have a metallic edge to them. And the riffs are very inventive, very cool. They have a slight funk edge at times. The solos are absolutely killer. The rhythms are great. It's a great sounding album. You know, this just got released to like little to no acclaim and just kind of showed up here one day. I think the band, someone in the band reached out to me and said, "I'm going to send you a copy of this." I'm like, "Okay, great." I had no idea, right? And I just happened to, it's like, okay, I've had this for a week. Let me put it in and play it. This was like probably beginning of January. And I've just been completely impressed and overjoyed with it ever since. SOMA, Headed for the Zeros, SOMA. Seriously, guys, go and check this out. This is some really, really cool stuff. And I'm hoping, again, this is a band and an album that's been gestating for many, many years. So I'm not really sure like where they're going from here, or if they're even, what the deal is with them anymore. There's little to no information on them, so I really couldn't tell you what they're doing today, and if this, if this finally saw the light of day and that's just it, and because they never released it back in the day, this is all we got, or whether this band is like going to do things as well going forward. I don't know. If the guys are watching, please chime in the comments below. I'd love to know a little bit more about you guys and, kind of where we go from here. But in the meantime, this is killer stuff. Killer stuff. A great 4-piece. SOMA, Headed for the Zeros. Check it out. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Of course, we're here on YouTube all together all the damn time. Stay tuned for more stuff coming up here today. We have, I think, one more new album review today, and it's a pretty special one. It's a double album from a guy you all should know pretty well if you watch the channel. He has appeared here numerous times over the last couple of years. Mr. Rick Labonte, Living It Up is his new double album that just came out, so that'll be coming up next sometime later today. So stay tuned for that review, and lots more happening here on the channel. We've got the return of the Guitarist Corner, our show that we do once a month. We got the crew and myself. We're going to be telling you our favorite guitar riffs of the 70s. Yeah, hard. A lot of good ones. So that's coming up tonight. And, of course, tomorrow we've got the Monsters Den, where we're going to be talking about our favorite horror, sci-fi, fantasy film scores and soundtracks. So we've got myself, Chris Sallow, and Rich Catino in the house tomorrow night for the Monsters Den. Stay tuned for that. Friday morning at the Funhouse, Martin Popoff, myself, and special guest Viewer Appreciation Day, Nick Usofian are going to be talking, he and the two of us, so Martin, Nick, and myself, will be showing off some of our favorite box sets. So that's coming up on Friday morning. Saturday, the UK Connection with Simon Ray and Stephen Reed. And, of course, on Sunday, you've got album homework assignments. So lots happening on the schedule, so please stay tuned. We've got also some really cool ranking the album shows coming up as well. What have we got happening? We've got Rick Labonte. Speaking of Rick Labonte, he and I are going to be ranking the albums of great Norwegian prog band Magic Pie. Armando Venditti's coming back on the channel. He and I are going to talk about our favorite 10 Prince albums. That's right. We're going to tackle the catalog of Prince, give you our 10 favorite albums. We've also got, I'm going to be working on some sort of an Exciter ranking in the very near future. What else we got? We're going to be doing at some point, fairly soon, we're going to be doing a Tea Party ranking. That's going to be a big panel exercise. That's coming up. Jamie Lazo and I are going to be ranking the albums of the great, fairly recent metal band Chemists. And man, there's a ton of other ranking shows that are kind of on the schedule, in the works. So stay tuned for that. The Cult is coming up real soon today. Jamie Lazo, Chris Allen, and I are going to be working on that. So yeah, lots happening. So please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you don't miss any of it. We've also got below the link to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, as well as the link to our merch page if you want to get some Sea of Tranquility swag, some shirts, some cool stuff to go and show off and help spread the word. So thanks for watching, everybody. I am Pete Pardo. See you soon with another What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility new album review. Rick Labonte, Living It Up, coming up soon. Bye-bye.